Alex Scott is England's next big superstar. At only 19 years old, he has won the Young Championship Player of the Season, and Pep Guardiola has described him as an unbelievable talent. Let's take a look at Alex Scott's meteoric rise. Alex J. Scott was born on August 21st, 2003 on the small island of Guernsey in the English Channel. His family are huge football fans, and by the time Alex was walking, he was kicking a football. At only 4 years old, he joined his older brother's team at Guernsey Rangers before moving to another local football team at St Martin's shortly after. Because Guernsey is such a small community, everybody knows each other, and the man in charge of Guernsey football, Tony Vance, knew Alex as a young child and was extremely impressed with the talent Alex, despite being a, quote, tiny lad. As Alex was playing with boys who were a year older and more physical than he was, it led him to be able to quickly adapt to the physical men's game later in life. At 8 years old, Alex participated in a local summer camp in Guernsey, which was set up and run by coaches that had flown over from Southampton FC. Guernsey and Southampton have had a long-standing partnership thanks to Guernsey-born Southampton legend Matt Le Tissier. At the summer camp, the scouts were so impressed with Alex. On the ball, nobody could even get close to him, and those who did were physically beaten every single time. Southampton offered Alex a trial against Chelsea, a game he remembers particularly well. The game ended 8-2, but Alex managed to score. He recalls playing against Jamal Musiala, another huge European prospect. Alex was rewarded with a youth contract in Southampton's academy, one of the best and toughest in England. Every weekend, Alex, along with either his mum or dad, boarded a plane to take the 45-minute journey to Southampton. His commitment at that age was outstanding, often leaving primary school early on a Friday to get to the UK in time for a Friday evening training session ahead of Sunday's game. Of course, this was an expensive process, and Alex and his parents no longer had a social life at the weekend. In 2015, when Alex was just 12 years old, his dad Noel was called into a meeting with the Saints Academy manager to inform him that they were going to be releasing Alex. And then in the car journey back to the airport, Noel told Alex the gutting news. At the time, it was a tough take for the entire family. Fortunately, Alex was offered a place at AFC Bournemouth's under-13 academy. Unlike his previous experience at Southampton, Alex and his family would travel to Bournemouth a couple of times a month. Alex felt like he was falling behind the team, and because his confidence was spiraling downwards, he told his dad that he didn't want to play football anymore, and after 1 year, it was decided best for both parties that Alex leaves the Cherries. Of course, Bournemouth knew Alex had talent and would always keep an eye on him should he seek a return. Unfortunately, at this point, Alex had fallen out of love with football. Now in Guernsey full-time and attending secondary school, Alex would have his social life back and enjoyed going to skate parks with his friends. His dad would build football goals and encourage Alex to start playing again, and thanks to his family's influence, it wouldn't be long before Alex was enjoying his football again. He remembers going to his grandparents' house to watch El Clasico during the Messi versus Ronaldo era. Despite being a Ronaldo and Manchester United fan, Alex claims his inspiration growing up was Lionel Messi, but like many others from his generation, he enjoyed watching YouTube and would constantly watch clips of his favourite players like Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo, as well as upcoming talents like Karamoko Dembele and Jack Grealish, but more on them later. Alex also loved the Sidemen and their football challenges. One of his favourite members was, of course, fellow Guernsey-born Rotashaw. Back in football, a 14-year-old Alex Scott was back playing for local side St Martin's, alongside his brother Callum and Mayor Le Tissier, who now plays for the England Lionesses and Manchester United women. On his first game back, Alex scored a goal inside 60 seconds and his confidence would slowly rebuild. Alex genuinely loved being back in local football. There was no pressure and he could go out there and enjoy himself, which was huge for his development. After leaving school at 15, Alex undertook a sports course at college and was accepted to join Guernsey FC's under-16s. The Guernsey FC senior team manager Tony Vance, a man who recognised Alex's talent for many years, invited him to train with his men's side. Alex wasn't allowed to play any senior managers until he was 16, so away from the training pitch, he would spend time in the gym working on his physique to get up to standard and compete in the highly competitive environment. Shortly after his 16th birthday, Alex got a phone call saying he was called up to represent Guernsey in the Isthmian League. In the coming days, Scott would record himself as Guernsey FC's youngest ever player when he made his debut away at Haywards Heath Town at the age of 16. He would go on to make consistent appearances for the Green Lions. It was clear that Alex was the smallest player on the pitch, however, he was technically ahead of all of them. This made him learn how to use his body to his advantage to move the ball well and win tactical fouls, something which is a huge part of Alex Scott's game today. As Alex was still learning senior football, he struggled to put in good performances, but his manager Tony Vance kept faith in Alex and trusted his process. 4 months after making his Guernsey debut, EFL Championship side Bristol City expressed their interest in Alex Scott after Tony Vance sent video clips of the player to his friend Brian Tinian, the head of recruitment at Ashton Gate. Alex was invited over for a trial so Bristol City could take a closer look at Alex, and the rest is history. After just 30 minutes, Alex bagged a perfect hat-trick, scoring with both feet and his head. It didn't take long at all for the Robins to sign Alex up, despite an offer from former club AFC Bournemouth, who of course have always been keeping an eye on Alex's progress. A 16-year-old Alex Scott was taken in by a Bristol family so he could live over there to be with the academy full time. After swiftly impressing the under-18 coaches, Alex was told he was going to train with the under-23s, but after arriving at the training ground, he was told he's actually training with Bristol City's senior team. Robins manager Nigel Pearson was hugely impressed with Alex and was convinced he was good enough to mix with the first team thanks to his temperament and maturity, even saying that Alex was destined for the very top. After training with the first team full-time, Alex received a call-up to play for England under-18s in March 2021, where he would feature alongside Karamoko Dembele, a player Alex and his friends used to watch clips of. Just before Alex set off with the national team, Bristol City manager Nigel Pearson had a conversation with Alex and promised that he would make his first team debut very soon. 1 month after that conversation, Alex was sat on Bristol City's bench as they faced a strong Luton Town. Alex found himself unexpectedly called onto the field by the manager in the 70th minute. Despite his initial excitement and the belief of his teammates, the game quickly turned against them, resulting in a 3-2 loss. This marked Alex Scott's long-awaited debut, a significant moment for him, despite the challenges and his family's absence due to pandemic restrictions. Alex cherished the experience and the support from his dad Noel. The memory of his debut remains deeply meaningful to him, and he keeps the shirt he wore that day framed as a reminder of the special occasion. Alex went on to score his first professional goal at 18 years old in October 2021 against Nottingham Forest. That 2021-22 season would be by far the toughest yet for Alex, making 39 appearances across different positions. He showcased his ability to link play and create chances in the final third, and eventually flourished in a more attacking role. Scott initially adapted to a defensive wing-back role, which was a new experience for him, especially at his age in the Championship. Despite the challenges, he was grateful for the opportunity to play regularly and ended that season with 4 goals and 2 assists in 38 league games for Bristol City. For the England setups, he represented them 12 times that season and won the Under-19 European Championship. It is fair to say that season was a huge success, but what will follow is even bigger. He ended the next season with 2 goals and 5 assists for Bristol City and 8 England England youth appearances. Alex Scott caught everyone's attention in one particular match. In a 5th round FA Cup match at home against soon-to-be treble winners Manchester City, Alex Scott played the game of his life. Alex describes this match as the toughest he's ever played. However, anyone who watched the game will tell you he was the best player on the pitch that night, despite his side losing 3-0. Jack Grealish, one of Alex Scott's primary role models, praised Alex as a top talent. I'm sure Jack would agree with Alex Scott's widely known nickname of Guernsey Grealish. Calvin Phillips, another notable player, commended Scott's performance and advised him to keep up the good work, which Alex deeply appreciated. A significant moment occurred for Alex when Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers in history, mentioned his name in a post-match interview, describing him as an unbelievable player. This praise from Guardiola, whose Barcelona team Scott watched with his brother growing up, was a surreal and exciting experience for him. I'm sure it's no surprise to you that more than a handful of teams had serious interest in signing Alex Scott. Most of them were decent Premier League teams and Tottenham. Of course, Bristol City know they have a serious player who is only going to get better and better, and with a contract lasting until 2025, they would not let him leave easily. Bristol City manager Nigel Pearson said only a bid over £25 million would be suitable to secure a move away. The summer 2023 transfer window has been arguably exciting and or stressful depending on who you support. It is believed West Ham, Wolves and Bournemouth were the trio who were most interested in signing the Wonder Kid. However, in August 2023, AFC Bournemouth, Alex's old club, won the race. The asking fee of up to £25 million was paid by the Cherries and a 5-year contract was signed. You don't need me to say that Alex Scott is going to shine at Bournemouth in the Premier League. I won't be surprised to see Alex leave the South Coast side with a fee that is double the price of what they paid. Maybe even bought by admirer Pep Guardiola. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and click the video on your screen to learn about the rise of Wonder Kid Mykhailo Mudryk.